UD, thank you so much for spending some time with us here on NBA Today.
Thank you, Malika. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm really excited to have this conversation with you because you're entering your 20th season, age 42. And our Izzy Gutierrez, he recently wrote a story and he quoted you saying, "I'm not an effing charity case. I'd be the first one to get out of here if I couldn't do it anymore. I'm not going to get my ass kicked by little guys every day." Why did you decide to return this year?
First and foremost, it was a conversation that I had with my father, who passed away last year. And, we talked about finishing it a certain way and we wanted to do it together. And that's not the case, but I'm going to continue on, that process. And, secondly, we came close and we didn't quite get it done. That still burns in me. And thirdly, I embody everything about this culture, who we are, what we are. You see a team that goes one shot away from the finals with 8 undrafted basketball players. Nobody ever really thought we would go that far. And every year I continue to get it done. I continue to move the needle. If I couldn't move the needle, if I wasn't impacting winning, then that would be a different case. But every year I impact winning, every year I move the needle. And just because it's not how someone else thinks it should be, doesn't mean that I'm going to change the way I'm doing it. We're still winning games. We're still one shot away from the finals last year.
I love that. Our Kendrick Perkins has talked about you as the toughest player in the NBA. And the debate shows, I think there's this constant chatter about whether or not the NBA is as tough or softer than it used to be. To you, how do you look at that debate and where the Miami Heat fit?
I think you talk about tough, nasty. I don't think teams really like to play us. We really bring it every night. That doesn't guarantee we're going to win every night, but without bringing it, I don't think you have a chance. So we really bring it every night. I think we get up under people's skin. We compete definitely on the defensive end of the ball. We try to set the tone there first, but it's a different ball game. It's a lot more free, a lot more, shots going up, threes. When I was playing with guys like Derek Coleman, you know what I'm saying? Those guys like that, you get your block knocked off down there a little bit playing around. So it was a different era back then. So I continue to have fun. I've evolved, but I don't smile too much. I don't play too many games.
You don't smile too much, except for when you join us, which I so appreciate. It was 2 years ago this week that I left the NBA bubble. Can you tell me a little bit about the way that you viewed the NBA bubble, what you did, the environment you created?
For my guys, walking into that situation, I just knew we had to beat the bubble first. I think most teams weren't going to beat the bubble mentally. I saw guys frying chicken, having barbecues, playing pity pat. I'm saying to myself, I ain't going to try to make this like home. This ain't home. So I just tried to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I slept on the couch, which was crazy. I was eating Campbell's soup. I had a little shot of Hennessy. Yeah, I did have a little Henny. But outside of that, I was really just living, just very, very uncomfortable. I didn't let my guys see me talking to anybody. I didn't speak to Brown until we played in the finals. I literally was passing by people in the hallway and really wasn't speaking to anybody because I just wanted my guys to know that I was just setting the tone that first and foremost, man, it's not home. So let's not get comfortable. Let's not act like it's home. Let's just set the tone right now and get uncomfortable.
And I read that Jimmy Butler joined you in setting that tone. What are you tasking him with this year?
Me and Jimmy are just alike. I see so much of myself in Jimmy. We play the game with a controlled rage. And every now and then that controlled rage gets uncontrolled. But we made coffee together. We really bonded, have barista classes, so I'm a pretty good coffee guy. I ain't paying $20 for the coffee that everybody was paying in the bubble. I ain't doing that. But, we're so similar. We play one-on-one every day before every game is what people don't know. What people saw that night, and that's just every Tuesday in Miami with me and Jimmy. We bump heads every day. It's competition, at the highest level. And that's another way I know I can still stick around. If I can go up there and I can compete with Jimmy Butler, which people see what he's able to do in the finals, then I know I can still stick around and play this game.
I think you may be the first person I've ever heard that didn't get charged the $20 for a Jimmy Butler cup of coffee. I want to bring Chiney.
I was smart.
See, there you go. I want to bring Chiney Ogwumike, Kendrick Perkins, and Zach Lowe into this conversation and hand it off to Zach first.
Udonis, Zach Lowe. Look, you guys always seem to fly a little bit under the radar. You lost P.J. Tucker in free agency, and every preview of the Eastern Conference is Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Boston, Milwaukee, Philly. Do you like kind of flying under the radar? And how concerned are you about that loss of P.J. Tucker? Do you guys still think you can be a top 3, top 5 defense without him?
Most definitely, most definitely. I think when you look at what we always do here is we always figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We go out and we find those diamonds in the rough. We find those guys that people have maybe overlooked. People probably didn't give the chance that they deserved. And those guys end up being key contributors to us. So I look at a guy like Caleb Martin, who's going to have an opportunity to step up. We have opportunities where we can go and move Bam to the floor. So we have a lot of different situations we can do. Definitely going to miss PJ, his leadership, the veteran that he was. But this the kennel here for real. Like, we don't just talk that, we about that. So we got guys that's gonna come out and compete every night, no matter what.
And that's why I think Heat culture is something that's bigger than even basketball itself. It's just the mentality. Hey, UD, it's your girl, Chiney McKay. And I just, as a current basketball player like yourself, we have this idea of, like, you want to play until the wheels fall off. And that's why I admire you, because you're entering your 20th season. So when you look back at all of the seasons that you played, what is the first most prominent moment that comes to your mind?
Oh, man. I would say the first moment was, it was a Heat practice that nobody really knows about. So there was a shot. We're in a drill, and it's just a competition drill. Just the shot goes up. I chase the ball to half court. I'm the only guy that chases the ball to half court. Rouse looks at me. He says, "Why didn't you stop?" And I said, "Well, I didn't hear the whistle." And it was one of those weird things where I thought I did something wrong. When Riley give you that look, when the Godfather give you a certain look, you're like, "Dang, what I done did. I'm out of here. I'm already undrafted. I don't want to blow this." And he looked at me. He said, "You didn't stop." He said, he said, "Never stop." That's what he told me. He said, "Never stop." After that, he just said, "Never stop." And that was a key moment in my career where I just never stopped. You know what I'm saying? I just never stopped.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.